Hey guys, welcome to another recap from New Zealand's biggest gap year, where a few years ago my partner Robin and I did an epic challenge where we did 365 days of 365 activities all across New Zealand. And on this day we are stargazing in the Mount Cook National Park and visiting the Edmund Hillary Centre as well. So check out the video to see what that experience is like in case you might want to do it for yourself. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to go through some of the comments and questions you guys had from the first time round when we published this video. So more information to come at the end of the video. The weather's not looking too great in Mount Cook today, so before our stargazing tour this evening, we decided to check out the Sir Edmund Hillary Centre, which is a perfect indoors activity to do in Mount Cook. For those of you who don't know, Sir Edmund Hillary was among the first to summit Mount Everest, as well as leading an expedition across the Antarctic to the South Pole. And because of these achievements, he is a New Zealand national icon, and that's why there's a whole centre dedicated to this guy right here in Mount Cook. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of artifacts and vehicles that are related to Sir Edmund Hillary's life, but also in the centre there's a lot of things to do with the history about Mount Cook village itself, and even the hotel that this centre is located within, which is the Hermitage Hotel. It was built here in 1884, so there's a lot of history to uncover. But one of the really cool things here at the centre is the caterpillar wheel tractor device, which was actually the first thing that was taken across the Antarctic. It's really weird to think that people use such a simple design to go to such an extreme place.
Oh my god, it's pretty fast.
Me and Edmund, we are so
And there's heaps more tractors that went to the Arctic. They used to use those tractors right here to carry all the gears. So there is a bit of sample of gears like hiking boots and all of that.
But they are so heavy. I guess they could just like snap boots to be fair.
Yeah.
The temperature may drop 20 degrees centigrade in an hour. Up on the slopes, it can bring blizzards and whiteout, conditions that can persist for
Yes! It's quite incredible to see that simple farming machinery with a tarp over it is what they used for the early expedition of one of the most unhospitable places on Earth. The exhibition itself is pretty amazing, but we are mostly in the Mount Cook area for the beautiful stargazing. Some of the best night skies are to be seen in the area because it is a dark sky reserve, meaning that the light pollution is kept at a minimum. And to get a bit of an introduction into the Southern Hemisphere night sky, which is actually very different than the Northern Hemisphere night sky, we are attending a bit of a screening in one of the planetarium that is located in this museum. There we are being taken through a journey on the night sky of the area with an amazing array of different displays. We learned a heap lot before jumping onto our bus for our night tour.
When night falls, it's time for us to go on the Big Sky Stargazing Tour, which the weather is a little bit iffy tonight, but that's okay. Robin and I still want to do the tour. So when we get to the special stargazing site, there's telescopes so we can get really close viewings of some of the oldest things that we've ever seen of these star clusters, really close-up viewings of the moon as well. It's really awesome, but unfortunately with our GoPro footage, it's not exactly the best footage to look at. Nevertheless, this is a must-do in the International Dark Sky Reserve if you get the chance in Mount Cook. We'd recommend it to any astronomy fan.
And having a guide that can point us out on which one is what, it's really helpful because, you know, if one day we lost, we now know how to find the Southern Cross. That points kind of like on the side, not really south, so I don't know who came up with that.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Now I'm going to go through some of the comments and questions you guys had when we published this video the first time around. We had Chasing Adeline saying, that museum looked fun to visit. It's crazy that they got this tractors all the way to the Antarctic. The stargazing looked amazing also. Yes, I absolutely agree. The stargazing was truly amazing, even though we didn't quite have the camera gear to capture every single star that we could see in the sky, which was a bit of a shame. So you can't really tell from the video how amazing the stargazing really was, but we sort of gave you an idea of what it's actually like, to, you know, the setup of the Stargazing tour and what they sort of cover during the tour as well. And we also got a comment from Why in the World saying, you didn't mention he's on the $5 note. So yes, Sir Edmund Hillary is, being a New Zealand icon, does have his face on the $5 New Zealand dollar note. So there's another handy little fact for you there as well, thanks to Why in the World. We also got a comment from Dom saying, when is the best time to go and stargaze there? So it's actually a pretty good time is any time of the year pretty much to stargaze in Mount Cook. As long as you do get a clear night which isn't too cloudy, then stargazing is amazing there all year round. But if you are looking for the best time to go, then the best time would be during winter. So the winter months in New Zealand are June, July and August. And the reason they are better to go is the fact that they're shorter days, so it gets darker much earlier, meaning that those really darker sort of darker nights, you know, come earlier in the evening, so that, you know, compared to in summer where you go and do the tours just after dark and it's still not quite dark enough to get the full-blown sort of starry sky that you get to see, whereas in winter, by the time you go out on the stargazing tour, then you do have really nice dark skies to see the stars in their full glory. And also it is a good time to go during winter is also because the Milky Way, the arm of the Milky Way that you see on many photos from stargazing in New Zealand, is sort of more prominent during winter as well. So if you want to see that view, then that is also a reason to stargaze in winter. But on the downside, that is the coldest time to go, so make sure if you are going on a stargazing tour in winter, you have plenty of layers on, you have gloves on, beanie, every warm layer that you can get, make sure you have them on because it's going to be pretty chilly. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video and you found it useful with the extra comments and the tips that we have there. If you do have any comments or questions of your own, you can put them in the comment section below, or you can join us during one of our live Q&A sessions that we do every single Sunday at 8 AM New Zealand time. If you don't know when that is for you, then you can just click onto the subscription button and you can click on the notification bell, and that will give you a notification before we go live, and that way you'll catch us. All right, I'll see you in the next video.